Good evening. It's absolutely my pleasure as the principal of Goffstown High School to welcome you to this wonderful evening this evening. And I would love to start off by asking our outgoing president of National Honor Society, Henry Seidel, to join me and to join us in leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Henry.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
A few very important thank yous. I'd like to start off. Our culinary club does a fabulous job, so thank you to Eric Greenland and our culinary club for their beautiful refreshments. So thank you, Eric. You've probably noticed this, and again, if you do not live in Goffstown, you can find it on YouTube as well. GTV does a spectacular job. Our new head of GTV, Adam McCune, is here this evening, and one of our super students, Drew Glaude, in the back on the camera. They really have done a great job of putting more programming out there. So thank you and congratulations to them. My key administrative leaders who are here this evening with me, and I have Kim McCann, spectacular assistant principal. Laura Rogers, our director of guidance. Kevin Farley, curriculum coordinator. I have other great ones who are at different places at this point in time. A school is clearly only as good as the teaching staff that you have. I would pride myself and my administrative team does on doing everything in our power to get the best possible educators for your children. And I think we have done a very, very good job at doing that. So I would love to, right off the top, and you're going to hear from them all this evening, thank our spectacular teachers who really, really deliver quality education to our children. So thank you. And I will just point out, and I say teachers, I always call our counselors teachers. I believe we're all educators. Our counselors are as good as any counselors in counseling department in the state of New Hampshire, I believe. And as transitions get more and more challenging and more expensive post-high school, our students are very fortunate to have an outstanding guidance department. And you're going to meet them all. They're going to be doing the book award next, but I did want to thank and recognize the great guidance counselors here at Goffstown High School. Last two, clearly, it's an anomaly if you're a student in this room tonight and you do not have a great team at home with you. Most students who do really, really well have someone who's dragging them out of bed when they need to, helping them go to sleep, bringing them to an event, co-curriculars. It really, really, at least from where I stand, it's a long journey raising children, and I think, again, I would be remiss if I did not thank the wonderful parents, and I would say one of the things that I always say to my colleagues, what I love about Goffstown High School is I've never met a group of parents who give so much and ask for so little. We are, I like to say, the least entitled group of parents I have ever met. So again, thank you very much for the great job that you do. Last, definitely not least, the students. Clearly, one of my favorite things is merit. I love it when people earn things. And I believe the students here today clearly have sacrificed, worked hard, and they've earned everything to be here this evening. So please enjoy the fruits of your labor. For underclassmen, keep working hard. For the old-timers here, the seniors, I hope you do enjoy your last week and a half-ish here with us. We clearly will miss you very, very much, and we will wish you the best. I'll stop talking. We have a great group here. I'm passing it off to, I believe, our great guidance department and guidance director, Laura Rogers. Thank you so much.
Good evening. I know I speak for the whole guidance department when I say that it's our pleasure to be here on behalf of the faculty and staff of Goffstown High School to present the book and medal awards to the scholars of the class of 2015. The College and University Award Program was established to provide recognition for the outstanding members of the junior class and to encourage them to consider the educational opportunities that could be available to them at these distinguished institutions of higher learning. In addition, many of these awards include potential scholarships for recipients who choose to apply and are accepted at these prestigious schools. Please join me in welcoming our very special guest, Leslie Nixon. Leslie is a 1974 graduate of Goffstown High School and a 1978 graduate of Smith College. She is with us this evening to present the Smith College Book Award.
Thank you, Laura, and congratulations to Principal McBride and Vice Principal McMahon on, among other things, having a great school, but also the 50th anniversary of this building. Our class, I was a graduate of Goffstown class of 1974, and we're celebrating our 40th, I can't believe it, anniversary this year. And so we're very happy that the school is doing so well, and you know, hearing about the accomplishments of the students here every year, it just seems to get better and better, and I'm so proud and so pleased to be able to be here to present this award. I am here to present the award on behalf of Smith College, which is a women's school founded in 1871, women's college, and it was at the time colleges such as Harvard and Dartmouth did not admit women, and so Smith was one of the first to establish a separate institution that was perceived to be the equivalent of those schools, and I'm proud to say that it's gone on to become one of, I think, the premier schools in the country. And a number of graduates of Goffstown High School have attended there, and my daughter also graduated from there a few years ago, so it continues to have a strong representation here, and I understand that one of Goffstown's graduates this year, Lindsay Lloyd, will be attending, and so I'm very pleased to hear that. The recipient of the Smith College Book Award this year is a young woman who is an excellent student. She's a member of the National Honor Society. She is a member of she takes AP classes in Spanish and pre-calc, and she has done a number of activities in the community and in the school for which she deserves recognition. But one of the things I think that interested me the most is that she's an equestrian. She is a horseback rider. And back in the day, when I decided to go to Smith College, I didn't know a lot about the school. I didn't know a lot about, we had a wonderful guidance department, but maybe not quite the equivalent of what it is today. And I didn't have a lot of information about what the different schools were about. But the one thing I knew was that I loved my horse, and I wanted to be able to bring my horse to college with me. And lo and behold, I applied to Radcliffe, and I'll never forget the Radcliffe interview. The woman was looking down her glasses at me and saying, well, what are you interested in? And I said, horses. And she said, oh, well, you might be happier at a school like Smith. And clearly I was not accepted at Harvard, but I was accepted at Smith, and I was able to bring my horse there. I learned after the first semester that it's a little bit difficult having a horse and trying to attend college full-time, so that didn't totally work out. But Emily, maybe you'll do better. The award goes to Emily Bono, and I'm so proud to be able to give it to her.
take yours, sorry.
Have a good night, thank you. And now English teacher and Holy Cross alumnus Peter Galamago will present the Holy Cross Book Award.
Last May, I attended my 25th reunion at Holy Cross, and I was reconnected with some great friends and was reminded of the outstanding education and values of integrity, spirituality, and service that I learned there. So when I was asked to make this presentation, it was particularly meaningful to me, and I'd just like to read the following. The Holy Cross Book Award recognizes exceptional academic achievement in rigorous college preparatory program. Recipients must exhibit a strong commitment to their school and community and exhibit a deep appreciation for the value of education. This year's award winner is a gifted science and mathematics student who also loves history and the political process. She will be representing GHS at Girls State this summer, and you will be seeing her on July 21st on Teen Jeopardy! This year's recipient of the Holy Cross Book Award is Kathleen Diebel.
And now here to present the Middlebury Book Award is Middlebury alumnus Amanda Murchison.
Good evening. This year, I found myself in the very fortunate position of having a fantastic list of students for the Middlebury College Book Award. I had trouble selecting just one student. After days of thoughtful reflection that brought me no closer to a selection, I finally decided to ask my closest group of girlfriends, all of whom I met at Middlebury, what they thought the traits are that set us mid-kids apart. My friend Alyssa said this, and I'm quoting, "My group of friends from Middlebury is different from any other group I've met anywhere in the country. You are all unique because you care about your town and school, about politics and government, about the environment and education, about your family and friends. This deep sense of caring and involvement leads to a sense of purpose and passion. It's so inspiring. We are passionate, intelligent women who aren't afraid to jump in, take a leadership role, and leave a legacy. I love that our lives are very different, but all display a sense of courage and passion and integrity." That's the end of her description. And I wrote her back and thanked her for writing my speech. With this list of plaudits, the most deserving candidate was then very easy to identify. Jessica Langlois, you are a passionate leader and a fantastic student. It's my pleasure to present the Middlebury College Book Award, to you.
And now I'd like to introduce our own Lisa DeMarco to present the Colby Book Award. She was a member of the Colby College class of 2000, which is hard to believe because she looks like baby 2010.
Thank you, Laura. I am honored to represent my alma mater this year in the presentation of the Colby Book Award. Colby is known for its rigorous academic programs, and its students are international, like myself, developing a mature curiosity and an appetite for engaged global citizenship. The recipient of this award emulates everything that a Colby student should possess. She is incredibly capable academically and has proven to be a goal-oriented and ethical person. She decided from a very young age she wanted to be a pediatrician, and she is still working towards that goal today, and I think she'll get there. She's also a gifted foreign language student, obviously, and she plans to take Spanish 4 next year. She's also incredibly well-rounded. She's a member of NHS, and she volunteers at the soup kitchen, as well as babysitting for her church, playing tennis, and even the violin. She is also incredibly moral and ethical and comes from a wonderful family with great values. Though I have been fortunate to have had her sister in class for the past 2 years, I unfortunately have not had the pleasure of actually teaching this student. When I asked others about her, I found that she is highly regarded not only by her teachers, but also by her peers. I was told that while she is quiet, and I was told very quiet, and that most of the time you actually can't really hear her, that everybody does in fact listen, and that when she talks, others are quiet to hear what she has to say. I was told that she is a gentle role model and as nice as she is smart, which means that she must be very, very nice. And this is why it is my pleasure to present the Colby Book Award this year to Rejoice DeWile.
And now, to present the Art Book Award from the New Hampshire Institute of Art, Mr. Joe Arconi.
Good evening, everybody. I'm here as a representative and alma mater from Manchester's own New Hampshire Institute of Art. NHIA is a nationally accredited nonprofit art school that offers a 4-year Bachelor's of Fine Arts program in both visual arts and creative writing. I'm happy to represent my alma mater and honor one special student who was ranked top 10 in her class and has been described by her art teachers and her guidance counselor as an extremely talented and driven Renaissance woman. I have here a book award and scholarship to our BFA program to be given to a Miss Erin Boyle.
And now to present the Boston College and University of Rochester Awards, our very own Cheryl Sorodio.
This very own doesn't do really well. Can everybody hear me? Okay. Mrs. Akey couldn't be here tonight, so I am representing her as a guidance counselor and presenting awards to some of her students. So, give you a hint, we're at the end of the alphabet. The Boston College Book Award is given to a student who reflects Boston College's ideals of academic excellence, leadership, service, and high moral character. This year's recipient embodies these characteristics as well as being a strong student athlete who has represented GHS nobly on the soccer field. David is interested in pursuing a career in sports journalism, and we are sure he will be successful in that highly competitive field. The Boston College Book Award goes to David Wright. The Boston Lone Science Award is awarded by the University of Rochester to a junior who has exhibited high academic achievement and rigor in the area of science. Our recipient is an accomplished student who is interested in a career in the areas of chemistry and scientific research. Laboratory work is something she loves. The medal winner is Brianna Boydach. The University of Rochester Frederick Douglass Susan B. Anthony Award recognizes a student who has demonstrated commitment to understanding and addressing social issues, has a dedication to community action, and who has strong grades in the humanities and social sciences. This recipient will be attending St. Paul's summer program where she'll be studying sustenance and sustainability. This award goes to Madison Smith. Okay, now I can get to one of my students. Congratulations to Mrs. Akey students. The George Eastman Young Leaders Award is given by the University of Rochester to a student who exhibits strong leadership experience at school and in the community and achieves high grades in challenging courses. This young woman works diligently and is a thoughtful student who advocates for the rights of others. She is a student who leads by example and is highly regarded by all who know her, including me. She is an exceptionally bright and motivated student who is considering a career in medicine. Wow, our award recipient is Libby Gender.
And now our colleague, Shara Morrison.
Good evening. Our next recipient has a quiet grace that makes her an unsung hero in the classroom and on the athletic field. She shines in situations that allow her to exercise her creativity and her love of academics. Whether she is working on the athletic banquet for seniors, volunteering for Special Olympics, or serving as a volunteen, Jenna Indengaro is representing GHS in a way that makes us proud. She is the recipient of this year's Clarkson University Leadership Award. Our next award winner is a gifted student and musician who has a wonderful sense of humor. He excels in the areas of math and science and is determined to pursue a career in engineering. Teachers consistently comment on the leadership that he demonstrates in class discussions and during group activities. He is an eloquent writer who has mastered both the piano and violin and will be attending the St. Paul Summer Program, where he will study artificial intelligence. The recipient of the Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute Medal Award for Science is Yang Li. The Wesleyan University Book Award was created to recognize a junior who seeks to achieve in a rigorous academic environment and who is able to learn independently. This year's recipient is a creative thinker who demonstrates the spirit of energetic inquiry that characterizes Wesleyan University. She loves the sciences and plans to enter the medical field after college. This year's recipient is Rachel Manchester. And now, fellow guidance counselor John Webb.
Thank you for coming out tonight. The St. Lawrence Book Award honors high school juniors who distinguished themselves in their school and local communities by their commitment to service. This year's recipient has exhibited these qualities both in the classroom and the community through her work in student council and as the recently elected co-president of Be the Change, an organization dedicated to providing resources for children in third world countries and in our community. She is a wonderful young woman who embodies the ideals of Gandhi's quote, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." The St. Lawrence Book Award goes to Jillian McKelvey. The Elmira Key Award is given each year to recognize students with high scholastic achievement, leadership, citizenship, and participation in extracurricular activities. Our recipient is a determined and caring young woman who is considering a career in veterinary medicine. An athletic student, She has played soccer and softball, as well as swimming for Goffstown High School, and is a natural volunteer who finds ways to be involved in our community. The Elmira Key Award goes to Nicole Nanoff. I understand Ms. Nicole could not be here tonight, previous obligation, but her family wanted to express their gratitude for this honor. Through their computing medal, the Rochester Institute of Technology seeks to recognize a high school junior who is gifted in the area of programming and computer technology. This year's recipient is a gifted student who has already begun exploring ways to start his own business in the area of web page design. Teachers describe him as a naturally gifted writer who has a great sense of mathematics and who brings a positive attitude to every class. One teacher included the following Jefferson quote on his most recent report card. Quote, "Nothing can stop the man with the right mental attitude from achieving his goal." This year's recipient is Nathaniel Avery. Rochester Institute of Technology also offers the Innovation and Creativity Award to a student who demonstrates strong academics and innovative thought. This year's recipient collects and restores antique cameras. Her favorite, a 1967 Olympus EEM. She has recently decided to pursue a degree in biology with her final goal a position in the medical health field. She has been a professional photographer at weddings and other occasions, and would like to find a way to combine her two passions. I'm proud to give the Rochester Institute of Technology Innovation and Creativity Award to Kendra Willett. The Dartmouth College Book Award is to be awarded to a student who embodies those qualities of academic and personal excellence that are highly sought after in a close academic community. This year's recipient is a young woman who exemplifies the ideals of diligence, love of learning, and academic engagement. She is a very talented writer who has completed 3 novels at a young age and is working towards getting her pilot's license. She hopes to major in both creative writing while she pursues licensure as a commercial pilot. I'm pleased to present the Dartmouth College Book Award to the very deserving Abigail Poloni. Congratulations. It is my pleasure to introduce St. Michael's College alumnus and our very own assistant principal, Kimberly McCann.
Good evening. The St. Michael's College Book Awards for Scholarship and Service seek to recognize 2 individuals who exhibit the characteristics of an ideal St. Michael's student, namely high academic achievement and a commitment to their community. Our female recipient is an amazing student who loves reading and writing, and it shows in her level of academic achievement. Her AP language teacher wrote, "Your attitude and energy are greatly appreciated. You are a model, but scary smart." She is an active member of National Honor Society, involved in athletics, particularly skilled on the soccer field. Her dedication to learning makes her an academic model for others. Our first recipient of the St. Michael's College Book Award is Georgia Kane. Our male recipient is an incredibly hardworking scholar, musician, actor, athlete who has volunteered extensively in the community and here at school. He is described by his teachers as methodical, focused, animated, and fervent. He will be attending the St. Paul's Summer Program, studying sustenance and sustainability. Stuart Goldstein is a worthy recipient of this award. now, Frank McBride.
The Harvard Prize Book Award is awarded to the top-ranked junior who displays excellence in scholarship, intellectual integrity, and achievement in other fields. This year's recipient is an accomplished runner. He is an active member of Be the Change. He would like to study computer science or engineering. An amazing student, he is a quiet leader who challenges himself on a daily basis and is absolutely a model to his peers. Congratulations to Cody Murphy.
At this time, we'd like to recognize the top 10 in each of the graduating classes. This will be a photo opportunity as well. Parents, we'll ask that. We'll call you up as you come up. We'll line you up. Once you're all here, if you would like, we'll take a minute and give you an opportunity to take some pictures. We'll start with the class of 2017. We have a tie for 9th place. So ranking 9th in the class of 2017, Alicia Anderson. And Janelle Fossey. Eighth, Elizabeth Cronin. Ranking 7th, Hannah Thomas. This is a tight class academically. We have a tie for 5th place as well. So ranking 5th, Jacob Britton Doucette. And Christina Choquette. Fourth, Jacob Borges. Ranking 3rd, Abigail Bono. And in a tie for 1st place, Katie Galetta. And Emily Bayou.
while we have a minute, we would be happy to recreate any pictures as well. So if you want to afterwards get a picture with someone, please just feel free to come forward and ask. At the end of the evening, that is.
The class of 2016, ranking 10th, Sarah Graham. We have a tie for 8th, Christopher Simpson. And Samantha Woodward. Seventh, Connor Hager. Ranking 6th, Lindsay Andrews. Fifth, Siobhan Pelletier. Fourth, Kelly Lee. Ranking 3rd, Eileen Savinelli. Ranking 2nd, Sierra Blondo. And first in the class of 2016, Mary Elizabeth Collymore. The class of 2015, ranking 10th, Jenna Indingaro. Ninth, Emily Bono. Eighth, Brianna Voidach. Seventh, Erin Boyle. Ranking 6th, Jessica Langloy. Fifth, Nathaniel Avery. Ranking 4th, Kendra Goulet. Third, Abigail Poloni. Ranking 2nd, Yang Lee. And first in the class of 2015, Cody Murphy. This year's graduating class, the class of 2014. Ranking 10th, Michelle Tremblay. Ninth, Iris Zhang. Eighth, Jillian Zelensky. Ranking 7th, Sarah Slack. Sixth, Dulcie Trottier. Fifth, Margaret Kelly. Fourth, Henry Seidel. Ranking 3rd in the class, Timothy Andrews. Second, Hannah Collimore. And the valedictorian of the class of 2014, Nicholas Flanders. At this time, it's my pleasure to welcome Ms. Amy Green to the podium.
First, I would like to thank you for coming to this special night. I have the privilege of giving out 2 Phys Ed awards. This year's awards go to 2 special students that I've had the privilege of having this past semester. Every time I sat down to think about this award, these 2 students stood out to me. It may not be for their skills in Phys Ed, but their overall characteristics really stood out. The first student I'm going to talk about is the type of student that you'd want to have in any class. Before the class even starts, she walks right up to me and says, "Hello, how are you?" Everyone else in the class is grabbing a ball, shooting around, it's a disaster. But she acknowledges my presence. No one else in the class does this. All right? She's a great role model, whether she knows it or not. The students follow her lead, whether she's participating in dance or basketball. She always puts her full forth effort in, and the students follow her. This past week, she's kept on coming up to me being like, "Ms. Green, do you know what this awards night's all about, who it's going to? I'm just really nervous. I want to know what award I'm getting." Well, Pamela, your award is for Phys Ed. You want to come up and get it? Yep, of course. They do a good job hiding it. The second student I'm going to talk about is also similar to Pam in that The characteristics are going to take him a long way. His work ethic is unbelievable. You always see him after school in the weight room or in phys ed giving a full force effort. He's always the one volunteering to be goalie and taking balls off the head or anything. Okay? He's diving on the floor, getting floor burns, doing whatever is asked of him. He's always doing it with a smile and also saying please and thank you. He comes up to every class and says thank you, or Miss Green, can we do this, please? Everyone else just demands everything. He also always comes up to me in the hallway and asks how I am. These characteristics are going to take him a long way, especially the work ethic. Christian Filto. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Good evening. It was not very difficult at all for us to choose this year's recipient of the Spanish Award, and this is why. I will often tell my students, from beginners to advanced, that there's no secret to learning a foreign language. There's no magic pill. You're not either good at it or not good at it. It's a question of motivation. In order to learn a foreign language, there are only two requirements: time and practice. Whether we're learning to play an instrument or how to sink a three-point shot, we need to practice over a long period of time until it becomes second nature. And this is exactly what Sarah has done over the past several years with Spanish. Every assignment, no matter how difficult, Sarah saw it as a chance to improve her skills. I'm not sure where her motivation came from, maybe Mom, but she is most certainly on the path to fluency, which is, as I always say, a journey and not a destination. Sarah, espero que sigas estudiando español y que gracias por todo que has contribuido a mi clase este año. Eres un fenómeno. Bueno, this year's recipient is Sarah Slack. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Catherine Ford, my Latin teacher as well. Thank you.
Hello. I'm here to present the Latin Award for the highest achievement for 4 years of classical studies. We have a rather unusual situation this evening, so I'd like to call down our 2 awardees before I go on. Would Indy Riley and Jessica Williamson please come and stand here? I think you'll understand why when I tell you their accomplishments. After 4 years of Latin, there is only a 0.85 difference in percentage grade between them. They have both earned multiple awards on the National Latin Exam over the years. Both have been members of the Junior Classical League and the National Honor Society for their entire high school careers, the Latin Honor Society. Additionally, they have been fellow officers in the JCL for 3 of those years, participated in weekend classics competitions, and have been my personal assistants in the classroom for a total of 6 semesters. It is with great pleasure that I award both of them the 2014 Latin Award. And now Abby Andrew will be coming up for the French Award.
I'm super proud of all of you. I'm really for the juniors and the seniors especially, because I know you all through NHS. Overwhelmed. So I was relieved to hear that not only did Mrs. Ford have 2 equally deserving candidates, but also that it was okay to give a double award, Eric. I can't imagine having to choose between my two deserving candidates for the French Award. So they have a point-for-point matching average, their quality-for-quality matching work ethics, equal desire to produce high quality and written and spoken work, and equal interest in learning.
as much as humanly possible at any given point. I'm proud of them both and thrilled with their success. I am sure that they both would have no problem understanding or being understood if they were dropped into a situation where French only was spoken. This has been one of my best AP French language and culture classes, trips to France, and senior classes. Je vous aimais, je vous aime, je vous aimerai. Félicitations, je vous souhaite beaucoup de bonheur et de succès à Hadley White et Christina Campagna. And now Tim Michaud to present the Social Studies Award.
I have no foreign language skills. This year's recipient for academic excellence in world history was part of an extraordinary group. They were some of the highest achieving students that I've ever taught in AP World History. This year's recipient was a leader in the classroom and pivotal to our many discussions. Actually, I really think the whole year was a continuous discussion. We were able to accomplish more this year than any other year because he and other key individuals challenged this class to exceed the expectations of all aspects of the curriculum. I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to have real student leadership in the classroom in order to accomplish educational goals set for any class, especially in an AP class. I was very fortunate to have such a strong group of exceptional students this year. This year's recipient, as well as others in his class, had tests, quizzes, and homework that were off the chart. They really did rise to the occasion and did the work of college freshmen. But this year's recipient impacted me the most through his challenging and provocative questions, which were far superior than his age. He made me utter those words that all teachers dread saying, "I don't know." And he did it too many times for my fragile ego. He reminded me for the first time in a while that world history is a continuous process of learning and relearning. After all, it's only about 10,000 years of history. For reminding me why I love this field of history, thank you, Jake Borges. I'd like to, Vicki Lucy or something.
Good evening. The 10th grade AP Government and Politics Award goes to a student who has performed extremely well. Throughout the course of the year, she has fine-tuned her study skills, resulting in consistently high achievement every time. Her written work is both concise and precise. She is a perceptive student who is not only intuitive, but is also inquisitive. The thing that strikes me the most about the student, however, is her quiet confidence. I'm sure she's going to continue to do great things. She's been a pleasure to have in class, and it is my pleasure to give this award to Eileen Savinelli. To present the 11th grade award, Mrs. McCann.
Mr. Bob Ward is away this week actually reading and scoring AP tests, so he is unable to be with us. However, he would ask that I share these words. I've had a great time teaching AP US History this year. It has been fun because I've had some outstanding students, as well as a wonderful mix of personalities in my classes. This year's A-Push students were so strong that the Junior History Award could have gone to several different students. But as with AP multiple choice questions, we must make difficult decisions. The award this year goes to a young lady who, in addition to being a great student, probably, when cooking bacon and eggs for breakfast, thinks about some rebellion in colonial Virginia. When she arrives home from school and mom asks her how her day has been, answers with a thesis statement and supporting evidence. Asked for a history book for Christmas and was excited when she got it. Thinks the Dairy Queen sign is missing the B, and thinks that doing a fast 50 is fun. All bad jokes aside, the recipient is one of the finest writers of history that it has been my pleasure to teach in 40 years as an educator. She is a fine young woman. Abby Poloni, please step forward to receive your well-deserved award. And now, Eric Romaine will present the Senior Social Studies Award.
Good evening. I'm going to try to breathe a little life into this ceremony right now. Not that it hasn't been great. I'm here tonight to present the 12th grade Social Studies Award to someone I have a lot of respect for. His name is Henry Seidel. But before I give him the award, I thought I should tell a little story about why I love him so much. Henry entered my class in the fall of 2012. I've been lucky enough to have him and many of his fellow classmates many times over, 3 times to be exact. And Henry entered my class. On the first day, I'm always like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Hey, everybody. And everybody comes in a little awkward, a little nervous, and people are like, hey, Mr. Romaine. But not Henry. Not Henry. Henry walks in like this. It's like he's got 2 suitcases in his hands. I go, hey, hello, how are you? And he goes, sup. I'm like, sup with you. And so I'm like, this is going to be an interesting year with this guy. Got to figure him out. And if you've seen him, he's a pretty big guy. Pretty tough guy. Pretty tough guy. And I spent the first couple of months trying to figure out what Henry was all about. And every day I was like, sup, sup. And I tried to be funny in class, and he never laughed at anything. And then it happened. Then it all happened. For some reason, the class started talking about pets. Come to find out that Henry has a pet at his house. Henry and his sister got matching kittens one year. He says when he was 7. I think he was 12. And he had the honor of naming his cat. Ellen, Henry's sister, I believe, named her cat Tulip. Clover. And then it was time for Henry's turn. And I'm thinking, oh, maybe it was Thor, Battle Cat, Titus, something amazing. But what was it? Blossom. Henry, I really think you're a special person for naming your cat Blossom. The story continues. This year in European history, we decided that a Secret Santa would be appropriate for the Christmas season. Holiday season, sorry. Guess who Henry had for a Secret Santa? He had me. Guess what I got for a present? Henry and Blossom. Henry, you've been so special to the school. You're one of the finest we've ever had. I'm excited for your future. You're going to do great things. You're the cat's meow. Henry Seidel, come on up and get the 12th grade Social Studies Award. Reed Pryor's next.
Anybody else want to follow him instead of me? That's a tough act. Science is hard, right? I mean, we like to think all the subjects are hard, but science can be really hard. And what has driven successful scientists and people who practice the field and so on throughout years, going all the way back to Galileo, Newton, and so on, is curiosity. And the award winner tonight has got that big time. He asked questions in my class repeatedly. And for a ninth grader who's still trying to kind of figure out where the restrooms are, this guy comes into the class and just very politely, as a gentleman, takes over with his questioning. And the most recent one, just 2 weeks ago, which completely set me down, and I had to turn to Mr. Palmyra back here, who's going to come up soon to save me. I had just explained the law of conservation of energy, which says energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It just sort of moves around a lot. To which Sam Martell asked me, well, then how did the Big Bang ever happen? Where'd that come from? I sat there. I said, Mr. Palmyra is right in that room over there, and he's working a lecture up on this, right as we speak, for the AP kids. It'll be next period. Go see him. Sam Martell.
How does sound wave travel?
How does...
All right, I'd like to be a little different and present this award with a story. Okay, once upon a time, there was a biology class full of children that had to get to the other side of the mountain. The other side of the mountain contained all sorts of great opportunities in life for good little boys and girls. It was the responsibility of their fearless leader, Mr. Lambert, to get all these biology students to the other side of the mountain, but he knew he could not do this on his own. He would need help. Each student would need to help pull his or her own weight to get over the mountain. When Mr. Lambert asked the first student for help getting over the mountain, he said, can I Snapchat my friends first? When Mr. Lambert asked the next student, she said, later, I'm trying to take a perfect selfie of my new outfit. Now, Mr. Lambert was getting frustrated. When he came to the next student, she said, hashtag, I can't believe she posted that about me. Now, as you can tell, Mr. Lambert was deeply saddened that he might not get the students the other side of the mountain, where unlimited possibilities and a bright future lay. But he thought he would give it one more try. Mr. Lambert then asked Rebecca Zilak to help bring the biology class over the mountain. She looked up and said, it seems like quite a bit of hard work, but I think I can. She then proceeded to start her quest up the side of the mountain, slowly at first saying, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. She passed the halfway point at Labrador Gulch. I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. She passed the 3/4 mark at Genetics Test Overlook. I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. And after the long journey, she finally reached the Marine Biology Summit. We now are at the end of a long school year, and Rebecca has reached the other side of the mountain. Through dedication and a work ethic unmatched by her peers, she has done her best and attained the highest level of recognition. Thank you, Rebecca, for climbing the mountain better than any other biology student this year. It is with great pleasure that I present this award for academic excellence in biology to Rebecca Zilak. Next is Sarah Tower.
Hi, everyone. I've spent quite a bit of time brainstorming ways to concisely describe the brilliance of this young person's academic talent while also capturing the genius of his personality. The first trademark symbol that comes to my mind when I think of Yang Li is his hair. For most of the year, it obeyed the second law of thermodynamics, increasing in entropy, or disorder, as the period went on. The rate at which this occurred increased exponentially on days where the content proved to be particularly challenging. From what I've been told, however, I'm not the first person to comment on this trademark of Yang's at this event, and since he's now opted for a stylish shortcut, I suppose I'll have to do my best to describe some of the other qualities that set Yang apart from his peers in my mind. Yang is incredibly gifted in science. He works hard, he's conscientious, and he asks excellent, thought-provoking questions. He's self-motivated, driven, and he has a natural curiosity about the world. Yang is also funny. If you haven't had the chance to get to know him, you're really missing out. He's constantly smiling, even while being challenged, and his humor ranges from 1 to 20 on the SAS meter, which is a scale of 1 to 10 developed just for him in our AP class. He puts 200% into everything that he does, whether it be academics, NHS, kickball, or from what I most recently observed today, competitive card games. I could go on and on about Yang, and I think many other teachers would echo my sentiments, but I'd like to wrap this up with some choice words about Yang that came directly from his peers that have come to know him very well this past year in AP Chemistry. They were asked to describe Yang in one word, and here's what they said: curious, caring, sassy in a good way, intelligent, inquisitive, patient, exuberant, bold, outgoing, and quizzical. To me, these words say it all. Thank you, Yang, for your hard work this year. It's truly my honor to present you with the Award for Excellence in Chemistry. I'd now like to introduce Mr. Warren Palmera.
I will be awarding the Senior Science Award in a minute. But first, as a physics teacher, I wanted to start with an Einstein quote related to a class that he was teaching in physics. Student asking, "Dr. Einstein, aren't these the same questions that were on last year's physics final exam?" Einstein's reply, "Yes, but this year the answers are different." Now, as in many endeavors in life, answers evolve based upon increased knowledge and experience. Studying science is certainly this way. Restrictive answers give way to more inclusive ones. At GHS, 3 capstone science classes, AP Bio, Physics, and Chemistry, in those classes, students are expected to refine their own understanding of science. GHS has many fine students, but upon conference with fellow science teachers, the consensus was quick. Nick Chase. Nick is a scientist at heart. He is erudite, enthusiastic, inventive in problem solving, and has endless curiosity. In addition, he is a master of inductive and deductive techniques. If a problem doesn't yield a solution one way, he attacks it another. He loves the difficult problems and seems somewhat dismayed if a problem yields its secrets too quickly. In class, he leads the way through his comments, his questioning attitude, and the ability to make the complex simple. Unfortunately, the AP Physics test, he takes unfortunately, the AP Biology test and the AP Physics test are given on the same day, May 12th. Was given. The 3-hour biology exam would end just before noon. Most students would then go home. After a few minutes break, however, 3 students had to remain after the 3-hour biology test and start the 3-hour physics exam. So it would be 6 hours of testing. Concerned about this, I asked the students if they would be worn out before even started the testing for physics after doing 3 hours of bio. Nick, with that wonderful, mischievous smile, if you know him, the answer was simply that every athlete or scientist needs to warm up and do some stretching before the main event. So do not worry. And I suspect I needn't. As one more example of Nick's prowess as a scientist, Nick and his terrific teammate, Justin Whitney, took over the physics prep room in March. Their project for the New Hampshire Science and Engineering Expo was a feasibility study of building and operating a magnetically levitated superconducting car. You can kind of get your mind around that. The design was to mount ultra-strong neodymium magnets to a curved track, then build a matchbox-sized car out of styrofoam that would house a superconducting disk that would be chilled with liquid nitrogen. I had a lot of trepidations heading into this, but they were so excited that it got the get-go. Now, what was wonderful was to watch how they solved problems, and there were problems. They initially told me they only needed a couple of days to collect data, piece of cake. They felt everything was straightforward. Simply carve out a small car out of styrofoam, add a superconductor, add some strong neodymium magnets along the curved metal track, 3 across, and make a curved roadway of magnets. Step 3, pour liquid nitrogen over the car to get the superconductor below its critical temperature so the car would hover above the track. 4, give the car an initial push. Let it slide forever up and down the track and takes lots of video. Well, reality quickly crept in. 5 days later, they were still trying to figure out a way of attaching the magnets to one side of the metal track. The prep room had bits of styrofoam, duct tape, magnets, track clamps, hammers, pliers, all sorts of equipment scattered. It definitely looked like a science experiment. The magnets could not be mounted side by side without them jumping up on each other with a painful pinch if fingers got in the way. Clamps and specially made jigs finally tamed the magnets. Designs changed continually. Well, eventually Nick and Justin solved all the problems through their perseverance and ingenuity, and their project took second prize in the physics category at the competition. Well, in September, Nick will continue solving problems as a mechanical engineering student at Wentworth Institute of Technology in Boston. Thank you, Nick. You have been terrific to work with. Congratulations, Nick Chase. I'd like to introduce Ms. Tracy Parker from mathematics.
I'm honored to present the most outstanding freshman math student this year. Honors Geometry is a very challenging class, and this student has consistently impressed me since day one. She always participates and asks fantastic questions during class time. I strongly believe that my entire class benefited from having this student present because her questions provided clarity to other students. She had excellent attendance, and on days that she could not be in class, she would sit in on my other honors geometry class so she could get caught up. She also made an effort to contact me outside of class every time she had a question on the homework. It was a pleasure to teach her this year, and I can only hope that I have more students like her in years to come. Congratulations, Emily Veyu. And now I'd like to introduce Miss Jess Brown.
This year, the pool of sophomore talent in pre-calculus honors was exceptional. Like so many of her peers, Sierra is thoughtful, bright, and hardworking. What sets her apart is her perseverance. She doesn't shy away from a challenge. Sierra continues to work through a concept, a chapter, and a subject until she truly understands it. Rarely does she make the same mistake twice. Sierra is an absolute pleasure to teach. She always has a smile on her face, and in my opinion, she has a great sense of style. Congratulations to this year's 10th grade math award recipient, Sierra Blondo. Next, I'd like to introduce our AP guru and colleague that is retiring this year, Jane Vakunas.
I must tell you, I had a nightmare that this microphone was going to keep going up and up. Thanks, Jess. All right, I derive great pleasure in presenting the Junior Math Award to an exceptional AP Calculus AB student. This person has definitely been an integral part of the AP class. His willingness to strive and meet the challenges posed has seemed limitless. He continuously demonstrates a love of learning, distinguishing himself throughout by his keen insights, his thoughtful manner, and his desire to maximize his potential. To honor his accomplishments, I've searched far and wide to find a special gift that he may take with him as a reminder of what it has felt like to be immersed in the subject matter that he has more than mastered. Stay curious, keep puzzling, and persevere. Congratulations, Yang Li, on a job well done. You set the bar high, and have all the makings of becoming a legend in your own time. And before the senior award gets presented, I'd like Mr. Colliger to join me.
Hey, good evening. You're still here?
I'm still here.
All right.
Yeah, can you still see me?
Okay, we can. Okay, Mrs. Vaikunis and I are presenting this year's award in senior mathematics to a student that we both feel honored to have worked with. Some years there's a debate over who should get this award, and this year, Nick Flanders was an obvious choice. And that's saying a lot. There were some very strong students this year in AP Statistics. You've seen some of them already come up and get other awards. Nick earned the highest grade of anyone during the first semester of AP Statistics. However, there was a slight gap between that score and perfection. And Nick clearly saw that as a call to action. So over the second semester, he proceeded to show me probably the best work I've ever seen in this class. So before I hand this over to Mr. Vaikunis, I want to close in saying that just beyond all the academic accolades, that Nick is a friendly, cooperative, extraordinarily generous individual. In statistical terms, he's shown that being extraordinarily intelligent and just a really good guy are not mutually exclusive.
I found Nick to be a stellar senior AP Calculus BC student. He seems to thrive on puzzling, pondering, and persisting while meeting the challenges that AP Calculus BC has to offer. No small task while balancing a challenging course schedule. Imagine he is taking AP English Lit, AP Chemistry, AP Statistics, did a directed study in Physics C, CSO networking, and web programming, so no small feat. Our award winner is not afraid to think outside the box. He's maximized collaborative efforts in class, elevated mathematical discussion, and enhanced the mastery of concepts and processes throughout. For the past 2 years, he's also been an integral part of the Moody Math Challenge team, providing essential input, which contributed to each team making the initial round of this prestigious competition. I derive great pleasure in honoring Nicholas Flanders as Outstanding AP Calculus BC Senior Student 2014. Along with the Certificate of Achievement, I put together a survival kit to help you pave your way as you continue your distinguished work. Come on up, Nick. And the Fine Arts Award will be presented by Evelyn Lane.
You may need to bear with me when I came in tonight and saw that there were live plants behind me. I popped a couple of my allergy medication pills, so they have effectively started to work. So hopefully I'm in good shape here to cover what I would like to cover. I am so pleased tonight to represent the art department to honor the 4 young people that we have selected to honor this year. And I should say that we did not select them. They selected themselves by their work, their passion, their dedication, their innovative problem solving, and amazing work ethic. we've often wondered this year if these four have moved into the art department. We've considered looking for their beds and their backpacks of clothes, and we've talked about maybe locking the door at 7:15 to give us a little chance to get set up before the morning goes, and maybe once in a while shooing them out at 3:45 or 4 o'clock so we could actually get home in time one afternoon. But needless to say, we haven't done that because we love seeing them there and working and being successful in what they're passionate about. The first student that I'm honoring tonight actually is not present. She is on her way to New York City as our second art student in 2 years to be honored by the National Scholastic Art Award Program. She is preparing to be honored at Carnegie Hall tomorrow. She's a rock star in our program. She's our first student to try the AP Studio Art program, which is so demanding, and the productivity needed for this program in order to pass it and even have a chance of succeeding in it it's so burdensome. You have to have that passion, that drive beyond anything else in your life. She's competing right now against students who go to schools of the arts. So we'll be anxiously hearing how she has done as our first AP entrant. Megan Jones is one of our honorees tonight, and even though she's not here, a good round of applause for her. She is chosen, by the way, to attend Mass College of Art with some fine scholarship support and to major in animation. The second student that I'm honoring tonight is probably the one who we would most like to lock out in the morning and shoo out in the afternoon because he has us all pooped from about 7:15 or 7:30 in the morning until sometimes 4 or 4:30, or if he could stay till 5 or 6, he probably would. Eric Surak is perhaps the most hardworking and dedicated student we know. This year he has broken out from the pack. Last year we knew that he had the passion, he was interested. This year he has just surprised all 4 of the teachers in the program. He is methodical, he is dedicated, he is beyond passionate. He wants to know, he asks questions, he asks for feedback from multiple teachers. Every spare minute he has, he's working on his assignments and other work of his own. He's taken commercial art, sculpture, painting, and drawing this year, and there is just so much work to do outside of class. I know sometimes people think, oh, it's an art class, but as you move out of the intro classes and you get into the intermediate and upper level classes, the amount of work, time, thinking, and processing outside of class is monumental. Tonight, we would like to honor Eric Surak, a junior. The third student that we are honoring tonight could light up a room and does light up rooms with her smile. I can be teaching class and I'll have 18 young people, 20 young people around me, and she goes by in the hallway and she's yelling, "Good morning, Mrs. Lane, good morning," and she's smiling and bouncing, and then she walks into the room and throws her portfolio down and throws her backpack down and throws her coat down, and she finds a little space where she starts to build this major pile. Today, for instance, she's so hardworking. Today, during one period, she had poured 2 plaster hands previously for a project she's working on. She got them painted, somehow got them dry enough because I was convinced they weren't going to be dry by the end of the period, got them varnished, went down to the wood shop, got them cut and shaped the way she wanted for this piece she's working on. She glazed a piece of pottery. She's working with me in a directed study. She built the structure for a marionette piece that she's doing. That's a mixed media piece related to women in the workplace and breaking through the glass ceiling and the constraints with that even exist to this day. And I just looked at her at the end of the period and I'm like, "How much did you get done this piece?" She goes, "Oh, probably not enough. I want to do this, this, and this, and so I guess tomorrow I'm going to have to do those plus the other things I planned for." And I was like, oh my goodness. She started a new job. I don't think she's here tonight because when the invitation came, this was like her second assigned night of this new job. But Samantha Murdoch, Jr., and it's her second year being recognized by the art department. Samantha here or no? Our fourth and final student that we're recognizing tonight is a senior who is kind of like the little engine that could. She's been that force in the department that started out slow, but you know, she got there. She just worked and worked and worked. She's a quiet little thing and doesn't always like want to verbally contribute, but then she'll come up after class and, you know, want to contribute. And slowly this year, she's really come out of her shell. She has become verbal. She seeks advice. She comes back and asks for criticism and critiques, and then she really thinks about what you say to her, and she analyzes it and sees how she can best use that information. Maybe discards it, which is okay too. And often will like put it to work, but in a way that you didn't really give her, but got her thinking to move in that direction. I would like to honor next Brittany Bound, senior, who will be attending New Hampshire Institute of Art this fall. Oh, you are here. I didn't see her earlier. Brittany's so quiet, I was sure she wasn't going to be here tonight to get that award. There is, make sure we get all of our students we did. Thank you, and I would like to introduce Holly Posen, who will be presenting the 9th grade English Award.
Hello, everyone. Tonight I'm representing the 9th grade team, and I have the pleasure of presenting this award. The student that we are honoring tonight is a student who enters the classroom with a smile always on her face, ready to tackle the task at hand. Whether the task is correcting grammatical errors, writing essays, or reading Shakespeare, she is always eager, willing, and prepared with curiosity. A curiosity that sets her apart from other students. A curiosity that allows her to dig deeply into a text. A curiosity that leads her to places and conclusions in her writing that others would miss. Albert Einstein said, and I quote, "I have no special talents. I am only passionately curious." Hannah Thomas, may you always be passionately curious.
Every year, the 10th grade English teachers get together to discuss who will be the recipient of the Scholastic Award. We look for students who excel and achieve academic success. We also look for a student who has a passion for learning, a thirst for knowledge, and who rises to the challenge. Molly Collmore is just that student. When I first met Molly, she described herself as quiet, but I find her to be a patient listener who has profound and insightful things to say when she decides to share. In her own words, she has a passion for knowledge, language, and music, which she has demonstrated all year. And even though she made it clear while reading Into Thin Air that she has no plans to ever climb Mount Everest, I believe she will experience monumental achievements in her future. Congratulations to Molly. Now Kurt McDermott.
Hi. So about a week ago, I was torturing my AP students with extemporaneous speeches, and they asked me if I ever had to give them. Here you go. I had to borrow a pen from Lambert. I'm scribbling over there. The person I wanted to honor is not here tonight, but that's okay because it means I get to recycle this speech into the inevitable recommendation request this fall. But I think it's telling that at an event where we're gathered to celebrate her academic achievements, she happens to be working one of her 2 jobs. So, Georgia King. Next up is Amanda Richardson.
Sorry, I missed my kudos. Let's stay up. The Senior English Award is always a joy to present to one highly deserving advanced placement English literature student. Tonight it's doubly joyful for me because over the course of this student's 4 years at GHS, I've already presented 2 awards to her. One was the Freshman English Award, the other the Middlebury College Book Award. Tonight, this amazing, talented, and dedicated young woman will be receiving yet another award. Hadley White. Wait, I have more. You can come up. The list of plaudits I could bestow upon you would certainly be lengthy. Some of the adjectives that come to mind are dedicated, insightful, passionate, hardworking, determined, and gifted. You are an amazing writer. You are an original thinker. Your contributions to class discussions cannot be overstated, and you truly captivated us all when you admitted you had a love affair with the novel Frankenstein over the summer. So we hear, during her summer vacation on the lake, Hadley spent a week in the hammock being one with Frankenstein. She even stated, and I quote, "I didn't even swim once. I was too busy being obsessed with that book." We are so proud to be a part of your journey, Hadley, and we can't wait to see what amazing things you will accomplish next year in college and beyond. Congratulations. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Lise Mayu, who will present the award for health education.
Good evening. My health class can be a myriad of behaviors, emotions, surprises, serious conversations, humorous moments, and at times it can mimic the TV show, Whose Line Is It Anyways? Tonight we focus on an academic achievement. To be honest, there were many students who fit the requirements. Tonight's recipient of the Health Education Award is a very bright, respectful, and focused student. But most important, he asks great questions. Yes, questions. And the topic of questions takes me back to a conversation I had with Professor Elie Wiesel, the author of the book Night. Elie would often share stories from his childhood in Signet, Romania, prior to the Nazi invasion and his deportation to Auschwitz. Elie would often recall conversations that he had with his father. After dinner, Elie's father would ask him about his day, specifically about Elie's contributions to his school day. His father wanted to know what questions Elie asked his teachers. His father rarely asked him what he learned that day, but more importantly, what questions did Elie ask? I strongly agree with Elie's father. It's about the questions, thought-provoking, from focused and engaged students. That's what sets tonight's recipient apart from all the rest. Jack Kennerson asks great questions. Jack's questions took our class one step further. Jack's questions created new avenues for our discussions. Simply, it's all about great questions. Thanks, Jack, and congratulations. It's time for Eric Greenland.
As a chef instructor once told me, keep things short and sweet, getting near the end of the night. But 3 words that I think describe the recipient of the first freshman to ever receive a Family and Consumer Science Award. Intensity, intelligence, and integrity. It's a great pleasure to give this award to Adam Ganesso. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kevin Farrell.
Tonight's award for academic excellence in technology education is going to be presented by Mr. Tim Chachis. I am not Mr. Tim Chachis, and Mr. Chachis is not here tonight. He could not be here. However, he did prepare a personal presentation and used technology to make that presentation to the award-winning student in Tech Ed.
Exceeds the quality of work you expect and demonstrates the true meaning of a STEAM class. This class is an application of knowledge incorporating science, technology, engineering, art, and math all in one class. In CAD, computer-aided design, we solve problems using the design process, and Tim Andrews executes this process beautifully. From projects like his chess set, designed for beginners, this has symbols incorporated into pieces for direction, which really demonstrates thought process. A modern take on the classic game of pool to show his sense of style in class. Or his Bluetooth speaker design catered towards camping and hikers, showing his attention to detail, and his current project tackling the complex geometry of an off-road Segway. All of these design projects were executed with a high level of thought and professionalism. It is my honor to present Tim Andrews with this certificate in academic excellence. May this only be a starting point for your career as an engineer and an industrial designer. Thank you, Tim Andrews.
Come on down, Tim. And Mrs. Jeannie Roy will be presenting the Business Award.
Good evening. Mrs. Scarlett and I are very blessed. We have incredible students. We have a wide range of students who take a business class just to test it, and I think these 2 recipients tonight started that way, and both are going to go into some kind of business education. So tonight, first of all, we want to recognize Ethan Olkovikas. And I finally learned how to say that now that he's leaving. In addition to being an outstanding student academically, Ethan is our FBLA president this year. And that means he has to hang out with Mrs. Scarlett and I far more than I think he'd like to. He takes this position very seriously, although he's one of the funniest people I know. He has a great passion for what he does, for all his projects, not just for FBLA, but also for his classes. He always takes a leadership role in whatever we're doing, whether it's fundraisers, and he was one of our students who was out there the entire below freezing day when we rang the bell for charity at Christmas time. We're excited to see him go to, let's see if I get this right, Coastal Carolina next year, far away in the warm South, and we want to thank him for everything that he's done for us. Ethan Olkovikas. Well, he's out conquering some kind of industry, so we'll give that to him tomorrow. And our second recipient is also not here. Imagine her nerves. She's at UNH learning how to be a UNH student for next year. Alessandra Barone has taken every business class we've done. She exceeds in everything she's done. She's another one of our FBLA students who we just can't get out of the department. I don't know what you people are doing. Not only has she taken all of our classes, one of them was with me, which was accounting, she willingly took a directed study in accounting this year, which is kind of good because that's what she's going to UNH to major in next year is accounting. So with great affection and thanks for a great 4 years, Alessandra Barone. And last but not least, Mr. Kurt McDermott, Performing Arts.
I'm happy to represent my colleagues in the Performing Arts Department tonight. Mr. DeRochers, Mr. McKernan, Ms. Philibot have family event conflicts tonight. I'd like to recognize 3 students who have earned academic awards in the performing arts for the school this year. Our first recipient is a member of every performing ensemble in the music department and has become well known for his excellent roles in our musical productions. I remember The Lion in particular. Additionally, this student was a top-scoring violist at this year's All-State Music Festival and has received extraordinary scores on his secondary instrument and his vocal audition. He's multi-talented, and we rely on him in all his various activities. Please join me in congratulating Stuart Goldstein. Our second recipient tonight has worked hard all year, keeping the Performing Arts Department on track. That's no overstatement. She was involved in drama, chorus, select vocal ensemble, the annual musical, and our dance and movement ensemble. She's been our stage manager and chief student organizer. Her directors agree that she's been the glue that held our activities together and has showed true leadership. This student has represented us at the All-State Music Festival for 2 years, and it's my honor to recognize Catherine Batty for her work this year. And finally, I'm up here to honor John Kenny, our drama king for the evening. But John, in order to properly do so, where is he? He's got, okay, there we are. I'm going to need you to reprise your role from Festival. I'll give you a second to think. Do you remember it? Okay. So, do you remember your catchphrase? Starts with an O, ends with a salute. Okay. Good. Now I need you to say it exactly like you did in the actual performance whenever I motion to you, okay? Okay, good. I can put you on the spot because you're winning an award for the performing arts, all right? Okay, a little background. In that show, John played the secretary and later the successor to a cruel head of a dystopian government hell-bent on efficiency and top-down authoritarian rule. So if Stuart's to be believed, kind of like my English class. Now, a little bit about the guy. John came to us in the fall devoid of any prior acting experience, I think, right? Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't a motion to you. We cast him as the father in Monkey's Paw, and he was instantly awesome. He took direction. He thought about his character. His attitude was and is stellar. Within a couple rehearsals, he'd made any remedial exercises, lessons, or prep work we might have for him thoroughly. Nice. We roped him in again for the Regional Theater Festival, a day-long competition that served as the culmination of 2 weeks of frantic rehearsals. As you can see, he got the job done. And just a couple weekends ago, John starred as Hortensio, or with the addition of a crummy mustache, Licio, in our performance of Taming of the Shrew. But by opening night, I'd already been treated to a month of performances. I got to watch him grow his character with every rehearsal, adding an exasperated facepalm here or a voice-cracking diatribe there, until ultimately he made Shakespeare's seemingly language accessible to our audience, and more importantly, to his own peers. He became the best kind of teacher, the one who's constantly trying to learn. asking questions of the people around him and of himself, giving everyone the permission to be awesome, making folks think. In John, we get to meet a real star, a bright, talented, and humble young man who's well on his way to making the very idea of a director. Well done. Congratulations, John.
Congratulations, thank you, and have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much.